Hello students, today we are going to learn about Geography chapter number 5, Industries. When we are thinking about industries, first industries work is manufacturing, right? So what do you mean by manufacturing? Manufacturing refers to the conversion of raw material into articles of utility. Means what? We are converting raw material into the final product. Examples: conversion of iron ore into tools and implements, cotton into cotton textiles, gold into gold jewelry, and wood pulp into paper manufacturing. Now, what do you mean by industry? Industry is an economic activity. It's a one kind of economic activity where we are going to do a large scale of production with the help of machines and with the help of humans, labors, right? And many other products, many other services. The automobile industries, extraction of crude oil, and the hospitality industries are few examples. Now, what do you mean by manufacturing industries? Manufacturing industries are those only who converting raw materials into valuable goods and thus add value to the product. It is helpful in generating large-scale employment opportunities. Industries give many opportunities. First is the employment opportunities. Then it reduces dependence on agriculture. So many people depends on agriculture for their livelihood, but industries give work to the small workers, and reduce the interdependence of agriculture. Now, it contributes to the eradication of poverty. It reduces the poverty by giving work, by giving employment, export of manufactured food, goods, and earn valuable foreign exchange. What are another advantages? It helps to earn foreign exchange. So there are so many advantages of manufacturing industry. First is employment opportunity. Second, they are reducing the dependence on agriculture. Third, they will eradicate the poverty. And fourth, they helps to earn the foreign exchange. Now, next thing is the classification of industries. Now, what is classification of industry? Here you can see the whole diagram, whole chart of industries. There are 3 types of industries, students. You can classify industries in 3 different types. First, it is based on raw material, then based on size, and based on ownership. Now, based on raw material, there are agro-based industries, forest industries, mineral industries, and marine industries. Now, what do you mean by agro-based industries? Agro-based industries means what, students? So, it processes agricultural raw materials like cotton, then vegetables, sugar, and help the industries to get that raw material from agriculture and convert it into the fine product. Now, what do you mean by forest based? Forest based industries means what, students? To use forest products as raw materials. Then mineral based means mineral based industries use minerals as their raw materials like iron, steel, chemicals, fertilizers, cements, etc. And what do you mean by marine based industries? Marine based industries utilize product from ocean and seas as raw material like manufacture of seafood, fish oil, manufacturing of jewelry from pearls and other precious stone. Now we are going to learn about the industries based on size. Industries based on size, we can divide that particular industries into 2. One is large scale industries and second is small scale industries. Now, by their name only we can get the idea what is large scale and what is small scale. There are 3 different ways we can differentiate these industries. First, we are going to learn about the large scale industries. Large scale industries means you can see here extensive raw material. First point, in large scale industries, extensive raw material used. Then third, capital is more than 1 crore rupees. They invest their money more than 1 crore rupee. And the next one is labor and power. These are the main thing to establish an industry. And in large scale industry, you need everything in extensive way. Now, what is small scale industry? So we can classify that they need less raw material. Then they don't need to invest more than 1 crore rupee. They can invest smaller amount. Then even they can work in a small group of workers, right? Now, next one is based on ownership. You can see here, industries are classified into public, private, joint and cooperative sectors. Now, we can classify that what are public industries, what are private industries, joint and cooperative. Now we are going to learn about the factors affecting the location of industry. Now you can see in the flow chart, you can see in this chart that factors that are affecting the industries are physical factors and human factors. Now what are the physical factors? That is land, raw material, power and water. Students, if you want to establish an industry, you need a particular land, and that land should be located in that area when you can easily get your raw material, where you can easily get your power and water. You get all these things easily, and if you get all these things properly with a low cost, then you can establish your industry over there. And another factors are human factors, and human factors consist of capital, that means your initial amount to establish your industry. Then technology means machines. Then labor means humans means workers that you are appointed to work in your industry. Then means of transport and communication means if you want to bring your raw materials into your industry, you need some means of transport. Then policies means your rules and regulations in your industries. And market means your industry should be situated on that particular areas that are nearby the markets. Now you can see here the industrial system. In the industrial system there are three things involved, namely input, process and output. What do you mean by input, process and output? Input means what, students? Means raw materials. You are putting your raw materials, you are processed on that raw materials, and then you are converting your raw materials into fine product, and that fine product, that finished product is going into market for selling. That is your output. Now we are going to learn about the industrial regions of the world. In some part of the world, many industries tend to form clusters where the locational advantages are maximum. Locational advantages means what, students? I explained you earlier that is the resources, means you get your all resources properly and easily. That particular advantages, locational advantages, are maximum to certain industrial region. Some of the major industrial regions of the world are Great Lakes Industrial Region of North America, Rusar Industrial Region of Europe, London Industrial Region, Ural Ukraine Industrial Region of Russia, Sydney Industrial Region of Australia. Now there are many industrial regions of India as even. India has many industrial regions, namely Kolkata, Hooghly, then Kanpur, Lucknow, Bengaluru, Chennai, Coimbatore, Delhi, Gurugram, Meerut, Ahmedabad, Vadodara, etc. Find out the important industries located in this industrial region. Now, the distribution of major industries. How we distribute this industry? What are the major industries? The major industries are iron and steel industries, textile industries, and information technology industries. Now students, information technology industry is an emerging industry. Nowadays it going on a so wide in going on a vast areas, going spread over the vast areas. The world's major iron and steel industries are concentrated in USA, China, Japan, Germany, United Kingdom, and Russia. Textile industries are mainly confined to Hong Kong, Mumbai, Japan, South Korea, etc. Then the major hubs of information technology are Silicon Valley of California and electronic capital Bangalore in India. The importance, development and factors of industrial location of these industries are discussed in detail further. Now firstly we are going to learn about the iron and steel industry. Students, iron and steel industry is called a basic industry in any nation as it serves as a raw material base for several other industries. Steel is an important ingredient for the modern industry. Now it is used for how this iron and steel industry is useful to other industry to modernize the things that are manufacturing many tools, machines, defense equipments, automobiles, ships, etc. Now it requires 4 types of raw materials that are iron ore, coal, limestone and manganese. Now again, if you want to establish this kind of industry, it is very important that the location should be there, the cost for obtaining the raw material is favorable to you, that is the nearest to your location of industry. Then it's preferable that you get the iron ore mines or coal fields nearby your areas, nearby your industries. If the industries are located near the seaports, as the iron ore needs to be imported and facilitates the export of finished product. Most of the time, this kind of industries are located near the seaports so that we can import and we can export the heavy raw materials and finished products easily. Now, iron and steel industry in India. What is that? The development of iron and steel industry in India dates back to the early parts of the 19th century. The beginning of the development of Indian iron and steel industry was in 1907 when Jamsetji Tata set up the first iron and steel plant near Ranchi at the confluence of the 2 rivers Subranarekha and Kharkai in Jharkhand. He found that the location of Jamshedpur had all the locational advantages for the setting up this industry. After his Burnpur and Bhadravati steel plants were set up in 1913 and 1923 respectively. Now you can see that here the more information about another iron and steel industry that is in the Pittsburgh in USA. Pittsburgh is the most important center of iron and steel industry in USA. There are many locational factors favorable for that, and same like the iron and steel industry in India. Now you can differentiate this or you can compare these 2 industries. First we can say that in Pittsburgh there are favorable locational factors. Then there are this is the most important center of iron and steel in USA, and the main important thing in the Pittsburgh that this particular area provides cheap inland water transport. That is the most added advantage for the iron and steel industry. And what about the iron and steel industry in Jamshedpur in India? That there are no such added advantage of cheap inland water transport is found. Otherwise, they have most favorable locational factors for the industry. Now we are going to learn about the cotton textile industry. Now students, cotton textile industry is one of the oldest agro-based industry in the world. You can say that. The textile industries use natural fibers like cotton, jute, silk, wool and artificial fibers like nylon, polyester, rayon and dacron. Spinning of cotton is done in three sectors. First is handloom, then second is powerloom and mills. Today, the cotton textile industries have developed in Great Britain, India, China, Japan and USA. Here they mention the three sectors where the cotton is processed. First is handloom. Handloom handicraft, we all know that, right? So first cotton is exercised by handloom industries, then it is going in the powerloom, then it going in the mills, means in the industries to convert that raw materials into the fine product. Now, India's cotton textile industry is one of the oldest industries known for the high quality of cotton textile. Mumbai has many locational advantages for the establishment of cotton textile industry. The tropical and moist climate, black soil. What are the important factors? What we can see, the factors that are more favorable to establish our cotton textile industry is that one is tropical and moist climate, then second is black soil. Black soil is very much important because it is helpful to grow a plenty of cotton. Then port facilities, huge markets, availability of cheap and skilled labor and a good network of transport. Now we are going to learn about Ahmedabad, the Manchester of India. Ahmedabad is situated in the Gujarat on the banks of the Sabarmati river. Now, the first textile mill was set up in 1859. It is now the second important center of cotton textile next to Mumbai. Mumbai and Ahmedabad are often referred as the Manchester of India. Now you can see here that how this possible, how this Ahmedabad and Mumbai referred as the Manchester of India. First is, see, it is located in cotton growing area where the raw material is easily available. Then humid climate. Here only we see that the moist climate and tropic climate. Now then cheap, skilled, semi-skilled and abundant labor is available from both the states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. As the city of Ahmedabad is well connected by means of roadways and railways, and even the Bombay is connected with roadways and railways, and even it is connected by the port. And that is why these two cities, Ahmedabad and Mumbai, is very much favorable to establish a cotton textile industry. Now you can see here, Osaka, that is in Japan. It is one of the important center of cotton textile of Japan and is known as the Manchester of Japan. Now we are going to learn about the information technology. It is an emerging industry at present, providing employment to a large number of people in the world. Now, what is information technology industry? What do you mean by that? Information technology industry means IT industry refers to the storage, processing and distribution of information. You can say here, refers to the storage, processing and distribution of information. It is developed all over the world due to the development of science and technology. The most important locational factors influencing the location of these industries are, now what are the important factors what we can see to establish this kind of industry? The favorable factors to establish this kind of industries were availability of resources, viable costing and infrastructure, These two factors are most important to establish IT industry. Now, the two leading centers of information technology industries of the world are the Silicon Valley of California and electronic capital Bengaluru in India. Now see, Bangalore is situated in the Deccan Plateau, from where it has got the name Silicon Valley of India. Bengaluru being the information capital of India, many IT companies have set up their offices here due to the availability of faculty members and IT experts. For example, IBM, Hewlett Packard, Infosys, etc. The city of Bengaluru, which is also known as Garden City of India, has a pleasant climate all the year round. The Silicon Valley of California also has a temperate climate which supports the development of software industries. The locational factors of these two valleys are described. Today, 18 software technology parks have been developed in India, mainly in the cities of Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad and Kolkata. Many information technology parks means industries, or you can say that particular climate is created in India in 18 cities, that 18 places are there that are located in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Hyderabad and Kolkata. Now we are going to learn about the Bengaluru IT industry. What are the Bengaluru IT industry? Bengaluru government has arranged for many facilities to ensure the development of IT industry. First, the city has many leading educational institutions like Indian Institute of Science, Indian Space Research Organization, Engineering College and Technical University. What are the main features to establish IT industry in Bengaluru? That is, one main important factor is that there are many leading educational institutions. So many educational people arrived over there. Secondly, it has a cooler climate and pollution-free environment. And third, low rent and cost of living made the people of other countries to purchase land for setting up the industry. The low rent and cost of living is very cheap in these particular cities. That's why any individual person can afford to establish industry over there. Bengaluru is highly accessible by means of roads and railways. Means of transport is very much important for any industry. So, Bengaluru is also connected by roads and railways. The government of Karnataka was the first to sanction the establishment of the information technology industry. The city also has a large number of skilled and experienced managers and executives. Bengaluru is called the electronic capital of India. Now, Silicon Valley in California. Similarly, the Silicon Valley of California also has many facilities for the development of IT industry, such as in Bengaluru. We can say that there is also a eco-friendly environment, humid climate, then large area for development and expansion of this industry. It is well connected by means of roads, railways, waterways and air transport. It has a close proximity to the markets and has skilled workforce.